Top 10 Most Beautiful Places in Greenland. Greenland isn't a popular destination for travelers, but that's changing quickly. Over the last few years, tourism to the area has increased substantially, and thousands of adventurers have visited the country to explore the ice sheet, see whales, or experience the northern lights for themselves. Greenland is a beautiful place to visit during any season. Knud Rasmussen's Museum. Located in Ilulissat, this museum, dedicated to the memory and contributions of Danish explorer Knud Rasmussen, was also his birthplace and is one of the famous places to visit in Greenland. It was also where Rasmussen spent his time away from the hustle and bustle of the city to immerse himself in his work and the tranquil solace the environment offered. Built in 1917, the architect, Helge Bodsen Mahler, was inspired by the style of English cottages. After gathering stones from many different places, Memorial Cairn was raised on a hill overlooking the house in honor of Rasmussen's achievements. The magnificent ice cap. Measuring over 2 million cubic kilometers, the Greenland ice sheet is a behemoth-like spread falling below Antarctica, as the second largest ice sheet in the world. If the entirety of this vast expanse were to melt, sea levels would rise by a frightening 7 meters. This one's surely going to give you goosebumps. You can have a bird's eye view of the sheet in a helicopter to admire its beguiling beauty, or walk on it in Kangerlussuaq if you wish to admire the ice up close in all its different shapes and sizes. You must add this on your list, as this is one of the interesting places to visit in Greenland. Catwalk. One of the top places to visit in Greenland is Catwalk, which was designed by Schmidt Hammerlassen. This modernist structure is L-shaped. It contains 2 auditoria. The bigger auditorium can seat more than 1,000 people and is, thus, used for showing films or plays and hosting concerts or conferences. The smaller auditorium can accommodate 508 people. The building has a backward-leaning, Northern Lights-inspired screen that overlooks Nuuk's central space. It was constructed in coalition between the Nuuk Municipal Centre, Nordic Council of Ministers, and the Greenland Home Rule Government in 1997. Flower Valley in Tasiilaq. You will never forget a hike in Flower Valley in Tasiilaq with its bubbling rivers and fantastic vegetation. Beautiful, lush areas can be found many places in South, West and East Greenland. But such a mix of vigor and majestic tops, as Flower Valley can offer, is unique. On top of that, Flower Valley is easily accessible. A path leads from the center of Tasiilaq along the river to this luxuriant place on the world map. Depending on what time in the summer you arrive here, the beautiful river is either a quiet or a rushing experience. The melting snow of the spring means that the waterfall in the middle of the valley really is rushing down. Greenland National Museum and Archives. The Greenland National Museum and Archives was one of the oldest museums in Greenland, built in the mid-60s. It also accommodates the neighboring Cooper's Workshop and a blubber vats display. Its main attractions are the mummies of 3 women and a 6-month-old child dug up at Qilakitsoq. Greenland National Museum and Archives are also one of the most frequented tourist attractions in Greenland. It also has on display several other archaeological artifacts such as excavated tools, and provides an insight into ruins, buildings, and more. It also provides information about anthropological phenomena. EQI Glacier. If you are looking for one of the most beautiful places to visit in Greenland, then there's one sight you must witness: ice breaking off of EQI Glacier. A boat takes you close enough to experience this cascading spectacle. It is quite an event. The EQI Glacier ends in the fjord 80 kilometers north of Ilulissat. Its natural beauty is unparalleled and sure to leave you in awe of not just its own but the nature's magnificence as a whole. The little fishing boats in which the tours are offered go through the cold water right into the shadow of the glacier for you to witness the collision of ice and water. Near the EQI Glacier, you will find Glacier Lodge EQI. Many travelers stay 1 or 2 nights here. This stay will also offer great opportunities for experiencing the ice up close. You can go on a 4 to 5 hour hike from the glacier lodge to the moraine at EQI Glacier. The trip is not that difficult, but you have to be prepared to cross a small river and then climb a little up the mountain to get the right view of the glacier from the moraine's edge. Once you have done so, you will be rewarded with the most beautiful view of the gigantic glacier. Hiking or dog sledding from Kangerlussuaq to Sisimiut. We are not alone in thinking this is one of the best places in Greenland to go dog sledding. Many of our guests feel the same. If you get to Greenland on a plane and land in Kangerlussuaq, you should consider this trip. Kangerlussuaq and Sisimiut are located at pretty much the same latitude with an airline distance of 80 miles between them. It has become very popular to either hike on this route in the summer or go dog sledding, or snowmobile, in the winter. The hike during the summer takes about 9 days. You can do it in 3 days on a dog sled in the winter. You are going to be even faster on a snowmobile, but we would recommend you to hike or getting on a sled. On the way, you are going to stay in hunters' cabins or in a tent. You are really going to get in touch with nature and your inner self. Northeast Greenland National Park. It is a home to several diverse species of marine and terrestrial fauna such as polar bears, walruses, musk oxen, Arctic hare, Arctic fox, ringed owl, bearded seal, harp seal, beluga and narwhal whale and collared lemming. Several species of birds are visible too, such as barnacle goose, common eider, gerfalcon, raven, etc. The mountaintops around Nuuk. Nuuk is located on a ness close to the world's largest fjord system. Actually, Nuuk means exactly that, ness. Behind it, there is the Great Fjord System, where your eyes quickly get attracted to the beautiful and sometimes inaccessible mountaintops. Not all of them are inaccessible, though if you, for instance, walk up on top of the mountain by the airport, you'll get rewarded with an amazing view over the town and the fjords as well as the northern land, screening the fjord system from the Davis Strait. The good thing about the mountains around Nuuk is that they are spread out. There are mountains that invite to all levels of mountain hiking, from the reasonable walk-up on Quassusuaq to the 1,180 meters high, spiky top of Kingatarsuaq. You can easily take a bus from the center to the airport or the part of town Chingorput and begin your hike here. Unertok. Hot springs are found all over Greenland, but the hot springs on the uninhabited island of Unertok are an ideal temperature for bathing. They're just a short boat ride from the town of Ilulissat. Here, you'll find 3 naturally heated springs that have merged into a small pool, in which you can take a gloriously warm dip while marveling at the surrounding mountains. There are literally thousands of springs elsewhere in Greenland, most notably on Disco Island. There isn't a dearth of hot springs in Greenland, but the only ones that are warm enough to bathe in are the ones present in Unertok. You can lie in its hot waters to relax while enjoying the pristine beauty of the serene natural landscape as you replenish your body and mind at the same time. The only man-made structures present on this island are the gangways and a cottage for you to change in. I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe our channel for more updates. Thank you.